folks, welcome to this episode of Hit the Mahogany. Guess what we're going to be making? Any ideas? Campari, vermouths, gins? Come on! Yeah, it's more Negronis. If you check up in the top left hand corner, just did one where I was making different Negronis. Base was a Tanqueray, of course we were using Campari, but I was trying out all these different vermouths. Tonight, or in this episode I should say, depends on what time of day you're having a beverage I suppose, I'm going to be trying making Negronis with different types of gins. What we're going to do here is we're going to use the Dolin as the base for every single one of them. Probably use Campari as the base for every single one of them. Of course there's other bitters and other Amaros that you can use out there, especially when you get into the riffs of doing white Negronis as well. We'll use now this is English based of course, London Dry Gin. I'm not sure if it's now distilled actually in Edinburgh, but either way, let's call this one our English one, okay? So we'll start with this as the English. This I think is a really good gold standard baseline. Then we're going to pop on to the Drumshanbo, which is an Irish one. Really great flavours in this one. We'll then head to Scotland for of course the Botanist. Lots of great gins are coming from many different countries now. Please don't laugh at the size of my bottle. I know it's only a small one, but the regular 750 size was sold out, and it was either the one that looked like a 10-gallon jug or this one just now. Mind you, both would get drunk just as quickly, so we're going with the Botanist here. Then we're going to head over to Japan and use the Nikka Coffey Gin. This is a very, very nice gin, unique flavours as well. There is another one that one of my family members introduced me to, which I've used in one of the other videos as well, is the Roku Gin. That's got much more, it's got more Japanese citrus flavours in it, like yuzu, basically fruits like that. 6 actual different botanicals there. I can't remember them all off the top of my head beyond the juniper that's in there. And some of the base things like angelica root and wormwood and stuff like that. But the Roku is certainly one to try as well. And then at the end here, a little bit of a novel one. There's lots of flavoured gins out there as well now. And it's interesting to see how is a flavoured gin going to affect a Negroni. Now the interesting one here is I'm going to use this Fiori, which is an Italian one, and it is blood orange flavoured gin. So we're going to give that one a shot and see how that pairs, considering that generally you generally put a twist of orange or a slice of orange in your Negroni as well. So we'll see how that one plays. Anyway, now time to do the fun bit, which is well, the second best fun bit I suppose, is making it. The most fun bit is actually drinking it. So I'm going to make up some Negronis now, okay? And there we have it. We have some Negronis. Now, made all these, as we know, Negroni, equal parts, so it's a nice easy one to measure up or measure down, and keeping the ratios the same. So these are actually just all half-size ones. So each one, ½ ounce of gin, ½ ounce of Campari, and ½ ounce of the Dolin vermouth there. I only have 4 of these tumblers, so that's why I'm using my my whiskey glass, or one of my whiskey glasses, just for this one here just now. So, what the hell, you know, we mix it up a little bit, definitely. Now, I did taste, in the other video, I did taste all the vermouths as a little shot, just to taste them all by themselves. Even although I can certainly deal with gin straight, you know, it's one of those, I actually prefer it with a little bit of a mixer, so I'm not going to go through and taste each of these ones individually. I do want to be able to finish this video by the time, you know, certainly finish it by the time I get to the end of it, but of course I could finish it earlier, it would still be the end, but it may not be the real end. It's all relative really, isn't it, if you think about it. Alright, let's get on with this then, shall we? So the first one that they have, I'd like to call this one, you know what, good old faithful, this one, Tanqueray, just can't go wrong with it. So here we have Tanqueray, got the Campari, and we've got the Dolin. Let's give this one a little taste then, okay? Good, straight up. Gin itself, not too overpowering. Vermouth comes through. Campari, strong and bitter at the end. More of the gin flavour comes in at the end, and then the bitterness finishes up. and just a nice sweetness. The Dolin's got a good balance. It's a little bit, it's a softer one definitely, but it gives a good balance. That's why I'm using it through all these, so nothing stands out too much. That's it. Good. Definitely. Very pleasant. Can't argue with it. Go for it. Tanqueray Negroni with Dolin. Alright, let's try our Drumshanbo Gunpowder Gin. Now, it's called that because it's actually got gunpowder tea in it as well. A little bit novel. There's a few more botanicals that are listed on here. Really nice label on it, actually, listing them all. Oh, what? Yes, I do have to use these. Let's have a quick gander at this. Juniper, angelica root, no surprise. Orris, caraway, coriander, medium sweet, cardamom, star anise. And then vapor infused, they have lemon, red grapefruit, fresh lime, and then of course gunpowder tea in there as well. So, excellent one, definitely. Really good one just with the tonic as well, by the way. Very unique flavours to it. But let's try it as a Negroni. Oh. Let's get that cleaned out a little bit. Oh, very nice, definitely. Gin comes up right front. There's almost a sweetness with that gin as well. Slam, hits you right in the face. It's not, it's very, very pleasant. It just stands out. So you're getting the gin there, a little bit of the sweetness. The vermouth's hidden a little bit more. Campari still stands up well to it as well. Really good flavour of the botanicals coming through, definitely there. That's a good one. It goes nicely with the, it certainly goes nicely in the Negroni. Very unique, gives it a really good flavour. Definitely one for actually trying. Just doesn't seem right drinking water when I'm doing this, but what my blazes. Yeah, that's good, that one actually. That's really nice. I was only going to do 4 because I only had 4 glasses. And somebody talked me into throwing the gunpowder in because somebody else in the house happens to like the gunpowder gin. So that's why I still wanted to keep Tanqueray in there because this is a solid one, it really is. Delicious. Alright, let's move on to the Botanist. Island, distilled there, very nice. 22 botanicals that are sourced on the island. Let's have a taste of this one. This is actually, I must admit, this is one of my, I'm going to say one of my favourite gins. It really is, and it's not because it's from Scotland, even although that helps, but it's got a really, really good flavour to it. Definitely well worth a try. But as I've said before, whichever you like, whatever works for you, you drink that, okay? So, it's not quite as sharp out the gate with the gin as the gunpowder. It's there. This is heavy on the botanicals as well. It's really, it's not overpowering. But I think particularly with the Campari, the botanicals in this are kind of, they're just elevated a little bit more. It really is. In some respects, I would say, there's a little bit of a marriage here between the botanicals that you're getting in the Campari and the botanicals in the Botanist. Yeah, play on the words there. As I said, one of the other ones, it's pretty cheap writing on this anyway, but there you go. And it just goes nicely with the vermouth that we've got here. It's a really solid one as well. It's really, really good. Anyway. Yeah, I can drink these all night. I don't drink responsibly. Okay, heading over to Japan. Nikka Coffey from the Coffey still. It's not coffee, it's coffee. It's the name of the continuous distillation still that you got, not the pot still. Irishman that actually improved it, and that's why it's called Coffey, because that was his name. Anyway, Japanese. Now this one does have, I mentioned it, yuzu in there, but the Roku is a little bit more prominent in there. This one has, what else have we got in this one? Yuzu, kabosu, and amanatsu. I'm not quite sure what the others are. I'll need to check that out, but you know what, you can Google it. This has a very distinct flavour as well. Oh. You smell it actually. I'm not quite sure whether it's the yuzu that's coming through there, but there's almost like a, how do I word this? There's almost like a lemon pineness that's actually coming through with that one. And then you've got the regular juniper flavours coming underneath. Again, this is one where it really does stand out quite a bit. It really plays in the palate, that one. This one certainly, I would say, overpowers a little bit of the botanicals of the Campari. The vermouth with this one kind of gets lost a little bit. It really does collect. You've got the sweetness, but the vermouth is really playing, not even second, but playing third fiddle, I think, in that one. So if you happen to like the flavours of the Nikka Coffey Gin, it's going to pair well with the Campari and the Dolin. You're still going to get that strong hit from it. Right? If you're more of a traditionalist of the Negroni, you may be a little bit disappointed because it does tend to, you know, the Campari, second fiddle, the vermouth maybe third fiddle in that one. Not quite as balanced as some of the others. Okay. Doesn't mean it's bad. Let's move on to this little one in the end here. So this is the one from Italy. This has got blood. This is infused with blood orange as well. Now you'll notice I didn't use a garnish on when I was tasting the vermouths. I haven't used a garnish on this. You taste with your nose as well, and I didn't want the orange to, you know, it's generally an orange that you're using this. I didn't want that orange to influence what we were actually tasting here. So let's give this one a shot. Oh, yeah. It's good. It's completely different. That's why you get that reaction. I had a few of those ones before, actually. Because I think if you're, again, trying to introduce somebody to a Negroni, this is a great one to actually go with. The orange, as we know, orange goes well with Campari. And it just happens to be, it marries very well with it. Again, the vermouth, because this has got that stronger flavour to it, the vermouth is kind of just a little bit more in the background, definitely. But the orange is kind of boosting. It reminds me a little bit more of an Aperol more than anything else once you mix the two together. It's like a bitter Aperol more than anything else, which means you're kind of boosting that orange flavour that you have, a little bit of those botanicals within the Campari. Very nice, definitely. Completely different again. Stands on its own two legs. Which after too many of these, a lot of people won't. But as I say, be careful out there. So, how do I rate them? I'm not going to rate them. What do I like? You know what? Can't go wrong. This one, blooming novel. Good job, Drumshanbo, definitely. This is a really good cranking out if you want to try it. You know, if you're Irish and you're like, I want to try something else different with Drumshanbo Gin, then go for it, you know. Hopefully the guys over there won't be upset with me mixing in Campari and vermouth, but a really good one. Botanist, you know what, boosts the botanicals. Absolutely fantastic. I like it. Nikka Coffey, you like the flavours of the Japanese gins. Not going to be disappointed. It's in there. Try the Roku as well. That's a fabulous one. Good and soft. And then if you're looking for something that's got a little bit more of the direct citrus, the oranges that pair well with the Campari, you're not going to go wrong with that. And then, as I said, there are so many gins out there and there's so many flavoured ones. You know, I could try, you know, maybe a blackberry flavoured one. Who knows what that's going to taste like? Anyway, which one will I go back? You know what, we'll just go back to our good old favourite here. Anyway, everybody, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to enjoy it even a little bit longer, okay? I will share some of these out a little bit this time. Anyway, enjoy your Negronis and drink responsibly, okay? Look after the alcohol, please. It deserves it. Oh, good. Cheers.